Hello again and welcome. I wonder if you have any idea who was actually roughing down that piece of ash between centres. I feel you might not. I have over the last few months struck up quite a good close friendship with a guy called Christopher Fisher. Now Christopher is totally blind and is also a wood turner. He's been turning for around 18 months and he unfortunately caught a virus back in 2008 which caused him to lose his sight totally. Now, not being one to be deterred even by such a drastic action, Chris persevered, learnt to live with his disability and in fact has almost embraced it and become a phenomenal inspiration to me and I'm sure to others once you've met him. And I'm very pleased to say that I actually have Chris in my workshop. He and his wife and his son came down from Manchester this morning and they're staying not too far away, and he's come to visit me for the day and I am really chuffed. He's not a very nice guy, but you have to be nice to these people. He is superb. He is, as I say, inspirational in every way, shape or form. And I can't hand over to me and Chris sitting talking until I mention the fact that he and his good wife and his son and the dog have bought me a Prezi and I'm over the moon. It's an air compressor. It's something I've always wanted to get and never actually got round to doing it, and I will spend most of the evening when they leave playing with my air compressor. Anyhow, without further ado, I'll change the camera angle a little bit and get Chris sitting next to me, and you'll have the opportunity to meet this really quite incredible guy. So, as I said, I'd like to introduce you to, I'd say my good friend. I haven't known him very long, but I feel as if I've known him a long time. Christopher Fisher, or Chris as he likes to be known.
Hi everybody.
The blind wood turner. I keep saying inspirational because that's really the one word that's always on the tip of my tongue when I speak to Chris, when I get emails from him, and now that I finally had the pleasure of meeting him. And I use the word pleasure very sparsely. He's a great guy. You're with him for 10 minutes and you forget that he can't see. He is an absolute, he's amazing, he really is. I'm not going to talk a lot now because I want to give Chris a chance. I'll give you a basic synopsis. Chris led a very active life prior to him getting this virus which took his sight away from him, and he used to race bikes, cars, anything that got the adrenaline going. Chris was involved in. He's actually been part of a team that are in the Guinness Book of Records for pulling a plane 100 metres down a runway. He's done everything in that respect, and since he was rendered blind it doesn't seem to have stopped him much. He told me when he arrived this morning that sometime over the last week he has driven a car and he intends to do quite a few other things. He's also was not far off from getting his pilot's licence to go solo when this unfortunate thing occurred. He's an amazing guy and I'll let Chris carry on now, and his wood turning, by the way, is better than mine, which is not difficult to do.
Yeah.
Over to you, Chris.
Right, well thank you very much Mike. It's really nice that you've made me feel so welcome here today, and my wife and son who are out in the lovely sunshine somewhere looking at some boats and things. But the reason that I sort of like suggested this one-to-one with Mike was, you know, I find his videos very informative, and the way that he's took the time and effort to describe things. Once he knew that I was blind, you know, although his narration was very good, he's taken the time to, you know, slow things down a bit and describe things in greater detail, knowing that he did have, you know, not only me but others, you know, either visually impaired or completely blind like myself, you know, to give us you know, something that we can really learn from. You know, I've learnt a lot. You know, I've sort of like been practicing with the wood turning on and off now for 18 months, and it's a thrill and an honour to be here. You know, and of all the wood turners on YouTube, you know, Mike and a few others, you know, he's really given me some of my old life back and independence, and you know, an incentive to carry on. So yeah, it's great to be here, Mike, and I really do appreciate it.
Well, it's great to have you here, and I think it's a good point to mention that the other wood turners that do actually post videos on YouTube, if they don't realise, they should realise now that they do actually do a great service for a lot of people. It's to get people interested in it, and when Chris talked about coming here, it was, as I say, it was a thrill for me obviously, but I immediately thought to myself, well, what a great idea if we, and I'm not doing this, I promise you, I'm not doing this to try and get high video views. I don't care if I don't get more than 10. If 10 people see this and are inspired to carry on in the face of adversity, then the job has been well done by Chris. Because if he can't inspire you, it doesn't matter if it's taken up wood turning, whether it's taken up fly fishing, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If it doesn't inspire you to get out there and do it, then nothing will. This guy is a true inspiration, and there are others about as well. But it's the first opportunity and the privilege that I've had to actually meet somebody who's got an immense strength of character, and it shows through very, very well. I'm amazed at how we roughed down that piece of wood. I can't get it as straight as that, and I can see what I'm doing, which is possibly the problem. Chris also wants to show something else that he does. He has a YouTube channel, which he hasn't done any videos yet, but that's in the pipeline, Chris, I believe.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, another reason for me coming down here today is that, you know, we're shooting this video for me to, you know, thank Mike personally and all you other guys out there in YouTube land that, like Mike says, you don't know you're doing it, but you are providing such an amazing resource. And when I start doing my own videos, I will get round to thanking people that inspire me, like Mike has. I mean, Mike says, yeah, I'm an inspiration, but, you know, I'm only human, and I get inspired by lots of people as well, you know, that give me the impetus to carry on. And also, part of my job when I do get round to doing the videos will be to motivate and inspire people that have either lost the sight or have been diagnosed with a visual impairment, and they're worried that they're going to have to give certain things up. That might be the case. You might have to give certain things up. You will have to give up maybe a lot of things. You certainly have to, you know, adapt in every part of your life. But if you're a wood turner, because we're talking about wood turning, if you are a wood turner and you're losing your sight, whatever you do, don't go and chuck your lathe on a rubbish heap. Keep hold of it and persevere. You will reprogram your brain, you'll learn new techniques, you'll learn your own routines and systems. There's talking gadgets out there, and I've been talking to Mike about it, talking tape measures, and you can get all sorts of, you know, amazing gadgets. The tech really is amazing for people that are visually impaired. So if you're a wood turner and you're blind, stick at it. If you're losing your sight, stick at it. Just readapt. And that's, at the moment, that's sort of like the best advice I can give. You know, don't give up, persevere, you'll find a way. And the thing that I like to say is, whatever the mind can perceive, the body will achieve. And that's true. You know, please, whatever you do, don't give up.
As I keep saying, the only word I can think of is he's an inspiration, this old boy here. And what's more, looking at the camera, he's a really nice guy as well. So I think we might be seeing a bit more of each other occasionally. Well, very occasionally.
Well,
actually.
you know, the offer's there, Mike. You can come up to Manchester whenever you want. You know, it's like you said to me the other week, I'll just make sure I'm not in.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds good from both points of view.
Yeah.
I think the other thing as well, I have mentioned it. Chris has got a thing about not the supernatural, the horror movies, things like that.
Halloween.
He started his wood turning because he wanted to make some
Vampire
steaks,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got a terrific variety of things that he makes, and take a visit on his channel and you can see what great things that Chris comes up with. Apart from everything else, he's an inspiration to other woodturners as well, because he does produce some fantastic stuff. So and subscribe to his channel, because in the not too distant future he's going to be doing videos as well. So I warned you. I think what we should do, I'd like to thank Chris again, and I'm going to shake his hand, which is here. Seeing you and meeting you.
And us metalheads, we give a bit of a fist bump. There you go.
Not being a metalhead.
Just getting the bearings of them.
So what Chris is going to show us now is how he forms a bead. Now bearing in mind this is all with touch. So he's presenting the tool to the work, asks me to turn the lathe on, then he asks me to turn it up. So we're doing about 1300 revs here.
Okay.
And he slowly puts the tool to the work and goes in for his first cut. And it's a very controlled cut. He then takes a set of calipers to measure the dimension, and the idea is to make 2 cuts and then to roll the bead. And here again you see Chris on the second cut now, having got the first one to the right dimension, takes a bit away, measures with a caliper. Absolutely stunning stuff, really is. Feels where the cut is, asks me to turn the lathe on, takes another bit away. And what you mustn't forget is that in his own workshop he's turning the lathe on and off, getting the calipers, having no help from anybody. This is just a small example of what Chris does. And I was scared stiff to begin with, but he just exudes confidence, not overconfidence.
Just a touch more.
He's just saying now, just a little bit more off, and his accuracy is really quite incredible.
Perfect.
So now he's got my
Same revs,
half-inch
yeah.
spindle gauge, and he's going to start to form the bead. If this doesn't show how important riding the bevel is to get a good cut, nothing will. Very slight catch there, doesn't phase him at all. Goes in again, rolling the bead to the left to get the left profile of the bead, and feeling the wood to see what he's actually achieved. He's now using the right wing of the tool to form the profile of the bead at the top. Again, feeling the work.
Okay.
This is amazing, all done by touch and feel. And then starts to form the right part of the right-hand side of the bead. If this isn't the wood talking to you, as I say sometimes, I don't know what is. Just a few final little touches with the wing, and the job is done. A really good bead, ready for sanding. Incredible stuff.
Thank you. they'd be quite happy with that.
Yeah. Incredible experience meeting you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's been an inspiration to everyone. Chris, it's been a great pleasure to meet you, mate.
Cheers, mate.
And I'm sure we'll keep in contact for many, many years to come. Well, again, as I always say, thank you very much for watching. I'll put a link to Chris's channel so you can have a look at the stuff, wonderful stuff he does. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers now.